Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. First off, I'm going to be starting off by concealing my eyelids using the Wet n Wild Beauty Concealer in the shade Medium Deep. Then I'm going to move ahead and blend it out. Next, I'm going to be applying a tape to the side of my eyes just because I was being lazy to clean it up. So I went ahead and placed some tape at an angle. Now I'm going to be using my Morphe x Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to be picking up the first two shades, which are Creamsicle and Butter, and I'm going to be applying that in my crease messily. It doesn't have to be perfect since this is my transition shade. Next, I'm picking up the shade Pooter and Pookie, and I'm placing that directly in the crease as well. For today, we're going to be doing a smoky eye, so you want to start off with warm shades and work your way up to the black. Now I'm picking up the shade Mocha, and I'm placing that in the crease directly. This is going to start to bring that brown warmth, and which is going to be able to transition into the black shade. I'm going back in and dipping my brush into Mocha back and forth until it's nice and warm. Then I'm taking a blending brush and blending out the edges. Now I'm going in with the shade Chip and Central Park. These are two darker brown shades, and I'm applying it over the lid and in the crease. This is going to create depth and help to build the shadow. Picking up the shade Mocha once again, I'm going to be running it directly in the crease. This is going to blend the shades Chip and Central Park together. Using a big fluffy brush again, I'm going back in and blending out the edges. My Anastasia lip palette, I'm picking up the black shade and applying it to my lids all the way up to the crease, and I'm just going to be packing that shade on. I like to use this better than a eyeliner because it's a lipstick formula, so it's going to be way easy to blend out. Once I have that packed on to my liking, I'm going and I'm picking up the shade Abby's, I think I'm saying that right, and I'm placing that on top of the black lipstick shade. Smaller fluffy brush, I'm going to be picking up the shade Abby's, and I'm just going to be blending out the edges of the lipstick. So I needed to hold my eye down. You guys are going to see it in the next clip that's coming up, but I needed to hold my eye down to pretty much blend out that shade. So that's why I'm not in frame, because I have the camera on the table, the mirror on the table, and I'm looking down, but all I'm doing is pretty much just diffusing that black shade so it's not so harsh and it flows into the browns and the orange tones. For further blending, I'm picking up the shade Chip and Central Park again, and I'm plopping that in the crease and just buffing everything out. As you guys can see, the black shade is nice and diffused. Then I'm going back in with the first fluffy brush, and I'm going back in and smoking out those yellow-orange tones. With blending, I did lose some pigmentation of the black shade, so I'm going back in with the shade Abby's, and I'm placing that directly on top of the lid. I'm not taking the black in the crease because I don't want to mess up any of the blending, but I'm just going back in case I did with the small pointed blending brush and just blending everything together. Now picking up my NYX eyeliner, I'm going back in and I'm going to be tight lining my upper lash line, and I'm also going to be applying this to the lower lash line. This part is pretty much optional, but all I'm doing is picking up my Wet n Wild liquid liner, and I'm just drawing a small detail line on the top lash line. That way when I apply some lashes, they're gonna stick nicely. For my lashes, I'm using my Dodo lashes in D15. These are seriously my favorite lashes. I probably worn them 10 times already and they still look A1. So I highly recommend this brand when it comes to lashes. I'll have my discount code on the screen. Literally, the lashes range from $5 to $12. For lash glue, I don't think I mentioned, but I used the House of Lashes lash glue in the shade Black. I did include my face routine for today's video. I'm using the NYX Hydra Touch Primer Oil, literally a dupe for the Smashbox Primer Oil. I love this primer. I do not get those little wrinkles, smile lines, fine lines, nothing like that. This oil makes my foundation lay so smooth with any foundation that I use, so I highly recommend because it's like $14 at Ulta. For foundation, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 335, and I'm just applying it with a brush, and then I'm gonna go on to blending it out and buffing it out with a flat top kabuki brush. So another reason why I love the primer is it gives a nice dewy hydration to the skin, and it's not an oil base. Like, it is oily, but it absorbs into the skin so fast, but gives your skin a nice luminous dew, and honestly you guys, I just love it so much. Now moving on to highlighting and concealing my under eyes and all the high points of my face, I'm picking up my NYX concealer, the HD one in shade 6.7 Caramel, and I'm just applying it everywhere. Then I'm going to move on and blend it out with a brush. To lightly set my under eyes, I'm just picking up my Coty Airspun translucent powder and setting my under eyes, my chin, above my lip, my nose, and my forehead, just to soak up any excess oils and to kind of kill the dewiness under like those areas. I thought I lined my lower lash line earlier, but I guess not, so I'm picking up the black liner again and placing it in my lower lash line, and then once I have it placed down, I'm gonna go back in with the Morphe palette and pick up the shade Abby's, and I'm just going to be smoking out that black line, getting it as smoky as possible because I do not want that line to look harsh, or that's going to kind of ruin the whole look in my opinion. Contour today, I'm taking my Too Faced Cocoa Contour, and I want a very defined cheekbone chisel, so I'm picking up the Too Faced brush that comes with it, and I'm just applying it the way the brush is shaped. That way I can get that nice harsh line, and then I'm gonna go in and diffuse the top of it, not the bottom, because I want to kind of keep that harsh line because I'm gonna have my hair up in a nice slick pony, and I just think it'll pull the whole look together. Now I'm picking up my e.l.f. Blush quad, and I'm picking up the first shade and applying it to the apples of my cheek. It's not too warm and it's not too bright, so I'm just applying it to the apples of the cheeks. Then to chisel out the cheekbones even more, I'm going in with the Coty Airspun translucent powder and creating a line underneath, and then I'm gonna brush it away because it's just gonna look weird if I leave that there. Highlighter today, I'm picking up my Amrezy and Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter, and I'm applying that to my cheekbones, my inner corner and brow bone, cupid's bow, and bridge of my nose. Pretty much the typical places that I apply my highlighter. I'm obsessed with this highlighter, literally my go-to. I've used it every single day with no regrets. Lips today, I wanted to have more of a neutral muted lip color, so I'm using my MAC liquid lip in the shade So Me. Well, this is the end of today's tutorial. I hope you guys liked my date night smoky eye. Be sure to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below, and I will speak to you guys in my next video. Bye!
Without a follow, without a mention, you really piping up on these niggas. You gotta be nice for what to these niggas? Understand? You gotta